Okay, so hi everybody. Welcome to the third clinic. This is actually the second time that I'm running through the third clinic. Today we'll do it a little bit different. We are going to talk about a very important technical skill, and it is my personal favorite, which is editing videos. I think that editing videos is probably like my number one strength as a marketing major, and it's truly something that I really hope to do later in my career. So I have a lot of passion for it. I had several internships where I had to create videos and create content that includes videos. So please make sure that you're using me as a resource for that. My name is Michal. I'm an MBA student at Stony Brook University. I'm on my last semester, and the way we started Michal's Cafe was really after the pandemic happened, and we were kind of thinking, Wise and I, how can we still provide valuable content and really good information for our Y students, although most of the things are now online. And this is how we crafted this clinic fellowship, and it's truly going to focus on non-STEM related issues. So all of the Y students I met are brilliant people, but when it comes to like the business skills, it is something that is not as sharpened. So this is why I'm here for. And if you didn't know, this is the third clinic of 10. We're going to talk about a lot of non-STEM related issues. For example, next Thursday, clinic number 4 is going to be about my life motto, which is the battle's not over until you win. Videos become more and more important in the digital age, and for really many reasons. If a picture is worth 1,000 words, I always say that a video worth 1,000 pictures. So really at its core, video marketing is an engaging, modern marketing strategy that introduces video content as a format for telling stories, delivering business messages, educating your audience, and so much more. So no matter what the format or the length or the style of your video, it's considered video marketing if the end goal is to get your brand or your product or your research or your service or your study to a desired audience through the use of video. And video marketing offers a ton of flexibility. You can, and I hope that you will, use the creative space to incorporate it as you see fit. So if you're working on this really amazing project in whatever field that it is that you're doing, if you can show it in a video, people will become a part of your process and they would want to be engaged with what you do, and they will have a snippet of what are you doing and what is it like. And a few statistics on you, just to once again emphasize just how powerful videos are these days. According to Fast Company, consumers prefer lower quality but authentic goods and services over those of higher quality but which seems inauthentic. So if you're looking at all of these like commercials and whatever, really high silk, super smooth, like cool effects videos, people are not impressed by those too much. So you would much rather have like an authentic, taking it with your video on your phone, something that is real, that will help people relate to you and kind of see that you are a real person. So you really don't need to be a professional or experienced videographer to put a good, solid video. You just kind of have to let your creativity grow. 54% of people want to see more video content from marketers. 83% of consumers worldwide prefer YouTube to watch video content. I'm one of those, definitely. 73% of consumers worldwide prefer seeing videos on social media that are entertaining. And in 2019, video was the #1 form of media used in content strategy. So it was really overtaking blogs and infographics. So of course, blogs and written material and being able to express yourself in words is important. And infographics on a PowerPoint presentation is also important. But if you can create a video to demonstrate your idea, you got 1,000 words in there. So the first step is to brainstorm. What do we want the video to do? So today I did the brainstorming part for you, and I actually have a little surprise. Earlier this morning, I had an interview with our WISE Council President, Emily Costa. I interviewed her, I asked her a few questions, and we're going to edit in live her video into a short clip. And after today, I'm gonna finish up the editing and we will upload it to social media. So it will be like you guys contributed to a project of editing to our WISE social media. So my goal really with this video today, I think, is to inspire, to spread ideas, to promote women in STEM. This is like my goal. So let's dive right in. Last clinic, like I said, this is the second time that I'm having the editing video clinic. Last time I used Filmora, and I said that I love Filmora. It's my #1 video editing software right now. It does cost about $50 a year, so it's not a big deal. But today, for the sake of the second clinic, and also I know that a lot of you have a homework assignment, we are going to do it on a free software that is called WeVideo. So it's not going to be as professional looking, but it still does a phenomenal job. And if you love WeVideo, you can also purchase like an upgrade version of it that offers a few more things. But we are students, we are going to use the free version, and we're gonna do a really good job. Okay, so this is what it looks like. It's wevideo.com. And this is what the free version looks like. I already started this project just when I was preparing for the lecture today. But it looks a little bit scary. I'm just gonna go and delete everything. But I'm gonna go through it with you step by step. So to import all the videos that you see right here in front of you, I used import button, and then you can go ahead and add whatever videos that you want. For example, this is an old video that I took of the WISE girls when there were still classes once upon a time in 2019, and we're going to use it today in our video. And this is our interview with Emily from this morning.
We're also academically ambitious and who want to support each other.
Okay, so other cool features is the text. In the free version, we're only allowed to use static and this one. So not too many options, but it's going to do the job. Some audio. So if you want to use music for your videos, all of these are free, license free. And then there's also sound effects. For example, events. And we have a cafe. So you should definitely explore that. It's kind of cool. I just picked the cafe because this is Michal's cafe. Transitions. So whenever I have a picture or a video and I want to smoothly move to the next one instead of just popping from one to the next, I can use these transitions. They're also a creative way to change between slides. And backgrounds, which I don't typically use, but they're there for you. I actually used this background when I created the promo for 60 seconds, if one of you recognizes it. So let's get started. Over here, down here, we have tracks and we have audio. The reason why we have a few tracks, if you want, for example, to have a background and on top of it a picture, you need 2 tracks. Or if you want to have a video and then a logo on top and then another text, you need 3 tracks. So this is why we're going to layer it from one track to the next. Over here on this little scroll, I can make the track really, really small and then see everything condensed together. Or I can see it kind of like spread it apart, and that's like gonna allow me more control over the video.
So
that's the part that I want to take. I am stopping it right here, and I'm taking note that it's at 9:42. And then I'm taking this little scroll and I'm dragging it to the beginning of the clip that I want to take to edit. Was it 9? And then I'm taking it and dragging it to video 1.
Notice that there are not.
So this is not exactly where I want it to be. So here's another tool that we're going to use. I'm dragging the scroll button all the way to the part that I want to ask her a question. So I'm cutting it, and then I'm taking the first part because I don't need it. And then I'm taking this and I'm taking it back to the front. So another thing that you should know, let's say I'm right here and I want to have a little bit more control over exactly the point that I want to cut my video. I'm using the right button on my keyboard to go forward. And then exactly after you stop seeing my face is where I want to cut it. So I cut exactly where she's done, and then I'm deleting the other part away. So now we are introduced with a few more tools. I need to make this video a little bit shorter. So I'm going to take the first part and see where I can cut a few of the things that are not so relevant that she says.
Actually, when I think about why the WISE program is important.
When I think about why the WISE program is important, cut.
I'm reminded of a personal statement that I'm working on because I'm planning for things like graduate school.
I don't need to know that, so I'm just cutting that away. And taking that part and putting it right here. Another cool thing that we know how to do is when I double click on here, I can make her a little bit bigger, which I'm gonna do to put her right here in the center of the focus of the frame. Obviously I can turn her around if I need to, and things like that. And also let's make the audio really sharp and be able to hear her really well, because we all know that good audio is important.
Something that I'm talking a lot about is the mentorship and the camaraderie.
Excellent audio. The other thing that I can do is to make to make it fade in. So then I click on fade and I want it to fade in for 1 second from 0 to 100, but I don't want it to fade out. So I'm just gonna do it fading out from 100 to 100. Save changes.
Actually, when I think about why the WISE program is important.
The next thing I want to do is to add text to introduce to my audience what is this video about. So as I said, with the free version, I can only access the static. So I'm going to use this simple text right here. And I'm going to make this font that I really like because it's really bold. And I'm going to say, why is the WISE program important? Do you think that's a good title?
Yeah.
Thank you. I don't need so much spacing between the lines, so I'm taking a little bit low. Or is that, oh, it's already on 0. Oh, line height is what I meant, sorry. Taking it down to make it a little bit more condensed. And then let's do it black, so it'll be really clear. And let's have the background red, so it will be Stony Brook colors. Save changes. So I have it right here.
Actually, when I think about why the WISE program is important, something that I'm talking a lot about is the mentorship and the camaraderie. So
that looks good to introduce, and I like the fact that it goes right over when she speaks because the introduction is not that interesting. What I need now is for the text to get into the picture like really nicely. So I'm going to choose one of the effects over here. So I'm just going to take the basic one, which is cross effect. I'm taking it and I'm dragging it right here.
Actually,
I'm going to drag it here and have it cross effect.
Actually, when I think about why the WISE program is important, something that I'm talking a lot about is the mentorship and the camaraderie. So definitely having a freshman mentor.
So now I need to introduce her. Who is this person? So I'm adding another text with this lower third title. And I'm clicking on it twice. I'm going to take it up and right because down here, I'm going to have subtitles. So once again, let's make the background red and the text black. And this time I'm going to use this font. in bold. So you don't have to worry about it too much. So her name is, actually wrote it down here. She's Emily Costa, Wise class of 21, and she's majoring chemistry with it. The next thing we're gonna do is to add subtitles. So I'm taking this subtitle and I'm dragging it all the way to the end of my video. This is my technique of doing it. You can choose your technique.
Actually, when I think about why the WISE program is important, something that I'm talking a lot about is...
So actually, when I think about why the WISE program is important, this is what she says. I need to listen to it, and then I need to write it down. Actually, when I am thinking about why the WISE program is important, I need it to be just a tiny bit higher. I can also do the background like kind of transparent, so it's not so taking the attention.
But yeah, I agree. Transparent ones would be nice.
Something that I'm thinking about is the mentorship and the camaraderie. That I am talking a lot about is the mentorship and the camaraderie.
So definitely having a freshman mentor.
So definitely having our freshman mentor. And this is just how I go about
So definitely having a freshman mentor.
And cutting it and keep going like that. What else can I do to make this video look good? I have this Stony Brook symbol here that I want to incorporate with my video because I want everybody to know that this student is from Stony Brook University. So once again, I'm taking it, putting it across the whole video, and then I'm making it smaller by dragging it on the scale button like that, making it smaller, 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 and putting it in the upper left. And then I want to ask you guys, where can I put this video of these students at a mentorship session?
Just you can put it over there when she's talking about mentorship.
Yeah, right. So
and I think having those role models who can be who you feel comfortable with, who you see yourself reflected in them a little bit.
This is a good part to put it. So I'm going to take it and drag it down here.
See yourself reflected in them a little bit, and who you can be really open and honest with about your experiences, and who in return are open and honest about their hardships and whatever they went through. Because
that's enough. I'm cutting it. I want to let it fade in and fade out.
You see yourself reflected.
Fade in, I like that.
Whatever they went through, because
that's nice. So now, what else can I do to make my video better? What else do I need to add?
Are you able to change the brightness of the video?
Yes, that's a good question. So right here, when I'm double clicking on the video and I'm going into this button of colors, there's a brightness option. So then I need it to be maybe a little less brighten. So this is obviously too dark. This is nothing. This is too light. So maybe right here, is that a good place to be?
Something that I'm talking a lot.
Yeah.
Something that I'm talking a lot about is the mentorship.
And maybe let's look at the contrast. By the way, let's say this mentoring group was really, really loud. The way that I would make sure that it's mute is to go here to volume and press mute. I can press mute, but I kind of like the fact that they're laughing a little bit.
And honest about their hardships and whatever they went through, because you see yourself reflected.
Is there any way to mute the video for only a part of the video?
Yes. there is. So let's say that I want to mute it from this part to this part. I'm cutting the both part, and then I have just this section. So I isolated this section, and if you go between it,
when you lack role models, I think it's especially difficult because you don't see that genuine struggle so much, and so that's
again, the reason it gets stuck is because of the preview. It's not really like that. But then I will take that little part and I will double click on it and I will put it on mute. So then that'll be the only little section that's on mute.
you don't when you lack.
And then she continues to speak, but there's no sound.
Nice. I have this little slide that I created in the past. We can put that in the beginning, if you like that.
Like the present official.
Okay. So I'm putting it here, and because I'm kind of like sticking it in there when there's other things, I'm not going to press replace. I'm just going to put insert and push. But then it might have messed up a little bit with the second layer. So I'm just going to put it right back here. Let's see. Oh, and I need a transition. What transition would you like to choose? We can go with a funky transition, like the curtains.
I'll choose these paper planes. I like them. We're going to audio, and here I can import a music. You can upload music from your computer. Sorry, I'm not prepared. But in this audio, you can like listen and pick whatever music you want to have. I like that because it's kind of mellow, but also kind of exciting. So I'm taking it and dragging it down to the audio.
When I think about why the WISE program
Yeah, by the way, you see shown in low resolution for faster preview.
is important, something that I'm talking a lot about is the mentorship and the camaraderie. So definitely.
So I want it to be in full volume up here. And then when she starts to speak, do you see that
little blue line?
Yeah.
You see the blue line? So I can grab it and then have it like going lower and lower and lower until it reaches like 38%. And I want it to stay at 38% until the end. So then there's this like becoming slower and lower in audio.
When I think about why the WISE program is important, something that I'm talking a lot about is the mentorship and the camaraderie.
So did you notice that it went down in volume?
When I think about why the WISE program is important, something that I'm talking a lot about is the mentorship and the camaraderie. So definitely having a freshman mentor kind of gave me that role model that I felt I was missing in my courses as I was looking at my professors and other people in charge, essentially. And I think having those role models who can be who you feel comfortable with, who you see yourself reflected in them a little bit, and who you can be really open and honest with about your experiences, and who in return are open and honest about their hardships and whatever they went through. Because STEM is hard. Like, there's no other way to say it. STEM is very difficult. I'm sure we all know it. So when you lack those role models, I think it's especially difficult because you don't see that genuine struggle so much. And so that's something that really helped me with my WISE mentoring group when I was a freshman, as I saw the people around me were also struggling to an extent. And that didn't mean we couldn't do it. We're all very smart and capable. But not having that picture of it has to be perfect, it has to be easy, but getting more of that real sense of, oh, these people can relate to me and these people also are going through difficult times is more encouraging, because you don't feel like you're it takes away that maybe feeling that you're inadequate if things don't come so easily the first time, or if they take a little bit of extra effort.
So when I'm done with the video, I'm clicking on finish and laying cards down. I'm sending it, and then it's like making you put it on your little WeVideo account, but you can delete it right after. The HD version is only available for the upgraded. Like I said, it's
like $4.99 a month if you want to get the upgraded version. But for the sake of homework, you're probably going to be fine with just SD. And then you do export. And then it's exporting it. And you then get to save it on your computer. You can upload it to YouTube if you want, and you can play with it. So it's really cool. There's tons of things that you can do. You just need your creativity to lead your way. I'm offering one-on-one meetings with students so that if you want and if you need help with video editing, I can even help you using my paid version of Filmora. Whatever you need, video editing, resume building, anything else that you would like to ask me about. And also, as I said, please consider signing up and joining the next clinic. This is clinic number 3 of 10. And thank you so much for taking the time to learn a new skill today.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.